Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is Friday, February 8th. Xur has arrived. He is in the tower, in the hangar, way in the back. So let's see what he's got. Of course, the Faded Engram. Remember, if you're missing anything he's got listed here, buy it first, because it's always cheaper to get it from the actual purchases than for 97 shards. So if you're trying to get a different role, that might be a thing, but if you're looking for something you don't have yet and he's selling it, buy it there first, at least that way you have it. 5 of Swords, challenge card for your Nightfall modifiers. You guys have probably watched enough of my videos, you know what those are all about. For the gear this week, we've got the Skyburner's Oath. This is going to be your good old Cabal Scout Rifle, kind of your floating artillery. Slug Rifle. This weapon lobs large explosive seeking slugs when you're firing from the hip, which is actually a pretty cool way to run. Fire from the hip. You can even be floating in the air, like flying across, and just keep firing. They have these little tracking projectiles, and they work pretty dang well. So it's kind of fun to be a floating, like, slug shooter that actually tracks. They're decently powerful. When you're aiming down sights, the slugs travel fast and straight and higher damage with a lower fire rate. So it's very more precision, slower shooting, but they hit pretty damn hard. So pretty fun gun to use. I wouldn't say it's going to like top any metas or anything, but it is kind of a fun gun to use. Scout's got a little boost as well, so I'm not sure where this thing stands at this point, but if you got a solar burn that you want to take advantage of, have some fun with this one. At least add it to your collections for sure, because if your collections are empty, you definitely need them all at some point. The other perk is for the Empire. This weapon is full auto, does extra damage to Cabal, and penetrates failing shields. Now that has some benefits depending on if you're fighting a bunch of Cabal. If you're going into a strike, say, arms dealer, for example, I probably wouldn't do solar burn, but if you have some multiple people and you want to have some fun and melt them with, like, sleeper, well, here's your solar gun and switch it throughout. So you can have some fun with this gun. It's pretty cool. Also looks pretty cool, just very unique. So kind of a fun one to use. Add it to your collections. I'm not going to say it's going to top a meta, but you get the point. Next, we've got the Dragon Shadow for the Hunters. This one's going to be Wraith Metal Mail is your intrinsic perk. Dodging reloads all weapons and increases both movement and handling speeds for a brief time. So the fact that you can reload all weapons, not just, I think, your currently equipped one, is pretty powerful, because if you got a shotgun, you've been running around, you ran out of ammo, picked it up, and then you dodge, reload, and you got your shotgun back ready to go, that has some benefits. So as just a gun to use all the time for a hunter, whether it's PvP or anything like that, this one actually has some perks. It's actually not too bad. You can go resilience or health recovery. This week we've got unflinching bow aim, unflinching fusion rifle aim, and kinetic aim. And then we've got scout rifle reserves and special ammo finder. Maybe fusion rifle ammo and special ammo finder at least have some decency and perks to them, but I would say the perks here are kind of meh, but chests usually don't have the greatest things on them in the first place. Kind of a fun all-around use perk for your hunters, though, if you want to just reload all weapons, increase movement speed, handling, just kind of have that little boost for a minute and reload everything. It's not too bad. For the Warlocks, we have the Sunbracers. There's actually a cool emote to them. That's the Mercury one. I like how that one looks. Just me, but it looks pretty cool. Intrinsic perk here is Helium Spirals. Increase the duration of solar grenades. Solar melee kills grant unlimited solar grenade energy for a brief time. So this is actually a cool buff added to these. So when you get a solar melee kill, I think it does have to be with the ability, but when you get that blast, you can throw as many solar grenades as you feasibly can for about 6 seconds, and you can throw about one every second as fast as that bar can literally recharge. So there's a point where if you have like a small ad that you can punch and kill, and then if you're running solar burn, for example, and you can throw like 6 grenades, have some fun with Grenadier and a solar burn on this one, and you're going to have a good time. So this is one of those few times where Grenadier and this pairing as well is going to work really, really well. So if you got a solar burn, nightfall strike, or anything like that, have some fun with these. They are kind of cool for those solar grenades specifically. Sometimes you're just running, say you don't have Phoenix Protocol, and you're running that solar subclass on your Warlock, and you don't have really much else use. This gives you at least some fun to have with your grenades if you're stuck waiting on Well of Radiance to get used. So, not a bad one. We do have some decent perks, though. Fusion Rifle Loader, Hand Cannon Loader, Impact Induction, and then a pretty damn good pairing here with Sniper Scavenger and Machine Gun Scavenger. Those two alone, if you're going to run Solar Subclass, are pretty solid. For an exotic especially, and if you're going to run Lunafaction Boots, that's its own thing. But if you're not, or you don't have those, Machine Gun Scavenger is worth every penny on machine guns. So if you don't have anything with that alone, buy these and have some fun with it. Finally, for the Titans, we've got the Wormgod Caress. Now, these are a little lackluster in my opinion. They were from Warmind. Burning Fists. Melee kills increase melee damage for a period of time. Additional kills extend duration and increase effects. So I don't know if it stacks to 3 or 5. I can't remember where the final buff status was. Melee kills increase melee damage for a period of time. So if you punch a whole bunch of Thrall, you're going to get more powerful. Now, I think there was a video with a Titan and a throwing hammer where they like punched a bunch of guys, had the throwing hammer with like Brawler and Solar Singe on, and they threw the hammer and just like melted a boss at one point. I think it was like the Corrupted Strike. I could be wrong, but I feel like this is what made this possible. So increasing melee damage, stacking on top of itself, kind of a cool thing. Normally I wouldn't advise like being in the mix and punching a lot of stuff, but generally if you are one who's going to mess around with the Brawler mechanic, have some fun with that one on some strikes or anything, this would be your exotic to use. So it's not always going to work, but I mean, if Brawler's on, even if it is just, say, you know, your story mission or your strike rotation that you're going on, have some fun with punching stuff, and it's going to hit a heck of a lot harder. Also, a fusion rifle loader, hand cannon loader, impact induction, and again, the nice pairing of sniper or machine gun scavenger. So they may not be amazing, and I'll pretty much say that they're not, but there are certain points where Brawler is active, so having a time to, you know, enjoy your melee a little bit more and have it start hitting really hard could be a little bit of fun. You punch like 4 Thrall, have that thing stack, then you go punch a Knight without a shield, you might one-shot the Knight now, so then you can just punch like crazy. So could be a lot of fun with Brawler. I think would be the way to take advantage of this the best. Depends on for classes and things, but have a little fun on this one and see how it goes. But that's just a quick video on Xur this week. I've got a solo Nightfall up, just finished Flashpoint with Cognito. Sorry, not Flashpoint. The Last Word, my podcast with Cognito, so that one will be up later. And I'll be playing Division 2 probably on my Twitch this weekend. So check it out there, Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both. If you guys enjoyed the video here, drop a like below, leave a comment if you want to say hi or have any thoughts about these exotics that I may not have mentioned for anybody else who may be like, hey, this is actually really good for this, and I forgot to mention it. But other than that, thank you guys for the support lately. 32,005 and still climbing. So if you guys want to hit that subscribe button, I'll keep the content coming to you. So many games to cover in the future. It's kind of insane, but I'll keep up as best as I can. So thank you very much. Have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you soon.